Hi everyone, how's life, and welcome to another one of my Walt Disney World vlogs. January of 2024. I am here for a weekend with my mum. It's her first time in Disney World. Hopefully you've seen my travel day vlog. Yesterday we went to Magic Kingdom, and today I'm off to Epcot. It's Festival of the Arts, which is my favourite Epcot festival. Cannot wait for my mum to experience it. We've got a reservation later on in Epcot as well, and if you can tell, very lucky to be staying at the Grand Floridian on this trip. So make sure you subscribe because there'll be a full tour of this resort coming as well. Let's go! Look at this. Honestly, it feels surreal to be staying here at this beautiful grand resort. The lobby looks outstanding. We've got one of the shops here as well, and actually we're off to get the monorail because you can get the monorail to Epcot. We will need to change, but then it's not a very complicated journey whatsoever. That's one of the perks of staying here, the fact that we've got access to the monorail. Hi, how are you?
Welcome.
Thank you very much. That good? Thank you so much. Thank you. So we have arrived at Epcot, and I just asked my mum what she thought of it, because obviously for her, she's been to Disneyland Paris before years and years ago, but she's never been to a park as unique as Epcot. And yesterday we went to Magic Kingdom. Even though it's her first time in Magic Kingdom, she recognised parts of it, she recognised the layout, because it's at the end of the day similar to Disneyland Paris' main park. But this is such a new experience for her, and as soon as I saw the ball, I asked her what she thinks of it, and she was like, it's beautiful. And you guys know how I feel about Epcot. Epcot is probably my least, in fact, it's definitely my least favourite park of the Walt Disney World parks. Doesn't mean I don't like it, I just don't love it as much as the other ones. But I have a feeling maybe my mum being here might change my mind a little bit about Epcot. Maybe it might move up, we'll see.
Put your ticket here, and then you're going to use your finger, and remember which finger you used.
Thank you. And here we are, officially in Epcot. As I mentioned earlier, it's Festival of the Arts as well, currently happening January, February of 2024. It's my favourite festival. It's going to be my third time visiting Epcot whilst this festival is on. I'm hoping to make a video separately to cover some of the festival. I won't be able to do the whole thing because there's so much going on. But the weather's also really nice, and getting the monorail was so lovely. It's been a while since I've come to Epcot with the monorail on, and that was so easy. It took about 25 minutes, 30 minutes altogether from the Grand Floridian. And today's about 9-10 degrees Celsius, so it's cold technically. It's cold for Florida, but it's perfect for me. Epcot is looking quite beautiful actually. I'm loving the fountains here. I'm excited to discover the new part of Epcot as well that they have done. My mom's just seen a Minnie. She got excited. Minnie's over there doing a little meet and greet. Spaceship Earth is currently at a 10-minute wait. I asked my mom if she wanted to go on it. She's not really bothered. I think we're only gonna do a couple of rides in Epcot today, mainly just focus on the atmosphere and being in Epcot, Festival of the Arts included. And we are heading into Connections Cafe, which is basically the Starbucks here in Epcot. And there you go, Connections Cafe. And I don't think I've actually ever really eaten here before. I did eat I got like lunch or dinner last time I was here, but definitely never went to the Starbucks. Thankfully it doesn't look too busy either. Now normally I would not come to Starbucks when I'm in Epcot, because Epcot is the park of fantastic food. Food booths obviously with the Festival of the Arts happening as well. There's just a lot going on. But with my mom being here, if you don't know, she had an accident last year. She was in a hit-and-run accident January of last year. Unfortunately, her leg was completely smashed. She has surgeries, operations. She's going to have some other ones. So her mobility isn't the best. And so she does need to sit down every 10 minutes or so if she can. And we found this place, and it actually has some spots to sit. And it's perfect. So we're just going to have a little bit of a break for her to be able to recuperate. Is that the word? And then we're going to continue, because Epcot is also a very huge park, and I want to make sure that my mum has the best time possible whilst hopefully being able to experience the majority of what Epcot has to offer. So I got our drinks. My mum went for a hot chai latte, similar to yesterday, and we both went for smalls, by the way. They're about $5-6 each. I went for the same as yesterday as well, the Java chip frappuccino, and I thought I might as well, since seeing as we're here, I saw it whilst I was waiting in the queue, decided to get myself what they call basically a croissant donut, or a cronut. And I asked the cast member what she thought of it, if it's good, and she was like, it's really good. So hopefully it will be good. I'm excited to give it a go. So I've had some of my coffee, the Java chip frappuccino. We all know I love it. It's my Walt Disney World trip. Like I said, I only ever really get it when I'm here, even though you can also find it in London. But the cronut is what I'm really mainly interested in. smells very, very sugary, so I feel like it's going to be very sweet. It's phenomenal. It's so good. So it's a mix between a donut and a croissant. I definitely taste more donut from it than a croissant. Because of the extreme sweetness of it, but it's really good still. I'm enjoying it. Well, our little snack was lovely. I wanted to show you this beautiful mural they've got going on as well at Connections Eatery, and it's such a big location. My mom and I were just talking about how good it is that they actually did this change, because I think this only really opened in 2021. The Starbucks in Epcot used to be much, much smaller, but I think they realized that Epcot needs somewhere like this, like a huge area with loads of seating for families to be able to come and eat and drink. And the fact that not only did they build it like this and it looks so nice and modern, and it's such a nice place to be, but also with the details of the mural, bringing people together with the connections factor in the name, it's pretty cool. I enjoy coming here. We're just quickly popping into the Creations shop, which is right next to Connections Cafe over there where we were just at. And they've got these new lounge slides that I've never seen before. I think it's the 2024 version of Disney World's lounge slide. It's good, I like the colour of it. Very nice. Shout out to my friend Rebecca. Look at Mickey's face there. She looks terrified of being on the teacups. That same design seems to be on a little shirt over here. We've got this huge castle that you can buy. Oh, this is nice. I like that. This jumper, I'm guessing it's like meant to be on Astro Orbiters, I think is what they're called here. Yeah, it's nice. And on the back it says Walt Disney World. There's a potential. It's not very thick either, but the fact that it's long sleeve means that it could work okay in Disneyland Paris as well. They also have this one over here too. It's Mickey and Minnie and the whole gang actually. And the price is about $70. No? Walt Disney World again on the back. Mickey's looking. I just love that face Mickey's making. Oh my god, Donald as well, Mom, look. Look at Mickey's face, Mom. Look at Mickey's face. I like this as well, look at that. This is $44.99. Just a long sleeve top. The castle, let me know in the comments down below. Does it not look a little bit like Disneyland Paris' castle to you, just because the shade they've gone with the pink? Obviously it's meant to be Walt Disney World. It actually says Walt Disney World as well. Nothing on the back. But it just looks, I think the reason I love it is because it reminds me a little bit of Paris' castle. And I love these photo albums. I think these are quite new as well. It's the same design again. Very big. $25, not bad at all. Let's have a little look inside. Oh, there's a little bit of a writing space as well next to each of them. I enjoy having photo albums. It's nice to print stuff, and I think especially after this trip, because it's a special one for me, being here with my mom. It'll be nice. Maybe I'll get this. We'll see. Anyway, coming out of the shop, and we're taking today very chill. I thought I would show you some of the new seating areas that they've put here at Epcot. You can see there's still some construction going on. I think there's still maybe another few years of work going on before Epcot is how they imagined it to be and how they announced it to be a couple of years ago. But it's nice. It is nice. Those are definitely new as well. I feel like last time I was here last year, this whole area was walled up. And I think that's why I'm getting a little bit confused on this trip, because everything just looks so different. But it's nice. It's nice. It's actually perfect for my mom because there's loads of seating areas, and I think that's so important for Epcot. And over here is where they've got the new Walt statue, which has a bit of a queue actually, but not too bad with the Epcot backdrop over there. It's pretty cool. I quite like what they've done with it. I mean, it's nothing extraordinary, but it's cool. And on the other side, you get a pretty lovely view of some areas of Epcot, the side of Epcot that I'm not the biggest fan of. I can't wait to go to World Showcase later on. But this is nice. It's definitely better than what it was like last year. Everyone's in such a good mood today. I don't know, I mean, everyone's always really nice here in Disney World, but I think the weather's helping because it's just such a mild, beautiful, slightly drier than normal weather. Like, it's not really humid today. I'm loving it. And, you know, I can tell cast members are loving it as well. And we are heading towards our first ride of the day, which is the Seas with Nemo and Friends, because I think that's one of the few rides that my mom should be able to do here, because it's not a very, you know, over-the-top ride. And you can see Spaceship Earth over there as well. Before we go into the ride though, I thought I would show you my outfit of the day, because I am wearing a Finding Nemo / Finding Dory t-shirt. I also have this bag that was given to me by my mom actually for my 30th birthday a few years ago. It's my first time using it. It's very cute. It's a Pixar lounge fly bag, so I think it goes very well. I'm wearing blue. The rest is not really Disney. The t-shirt is, the bag is. I love Nemo, I love Dory, my mum loves Dory, so it made sense to wear it today. It's a 10-minute standby wait. We didn't buy Genie Plus or anything today because we knew we wouldn't be doing too many rides, and also, look at the water. It also, it's just, yeah, the mines. My mum's loving them. There you go, this is the queue, the Seas with Nemo and Friends from Disney's Pixar's Finding Nemo.
How many all together?
2 of us.
Okay, floor starts to move here, okay?
Thank you.
Watch
Is she going to be okay to get on? Yeah, I think so.
down for you.
Would you mind a little bit? Thank you so much.
Yeah, watch your step.
No, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your help. Thank you.
It's time to go! Oh, don't worry. Just keep your eyes open for him along the way.
Is he orange with white stripes and looks kind of like you, only smaller?
Yes, have you seen him?
Seen who? Hi, I'm Lori.
Stop playing games!
Games? I love games. Ooh, I'm thinking of something pink and bouncy that looks like a balloon.
Ah, jellyfish!
Right.
Your friends for food. Oh, check out the Bitty Marlin! Woohoo!
Nemo, give me some fin! Dude!
In the big blue world.
All of them are up there for me.
That's what I'm afraid of!
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, we're off the ride. My mum really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was literally a walk on. It wasn't even 10 minutes. It was just a very long queue line. I also want to give a massive shout out to the cast members. I don't know if you guys heard. I don't know if I was vlogging or not, but I was a little bit worried about how my mum was going to get onto the ride vehicles because it's constantly moving. It's like an omni-mover situation, and they were like, the customer was like, I can slow it down if you want, and I was like, oh, that would be great, thank you. And it just meant that my mum's anxiety was a little bit less. She was able to kind of control herself a little bit better and get on there just absolutely fine. So this is just the magic of Disney that I appreciate, especially coming to Disney World for the first time with somebody who needs some mobility help, assistance, if that's the word. It's just, I love it. I was a bit worried about little things, and cast members here are amazing. And we are now walking towards Journey of Water by Moana, which is an attraction that literally opened in Epcot not so long ago, only a few months ago, I believe. So I've never actually done it before. It's a walk-through attraction. You get to play with water. You get to feel like you're Moana, apparently, from what I've seen. There you go. It does warn you that you can get wet. And it's only about 12 degrees Celsius today, but I don't mind. It's sunny, so hopefully it should be all right. Water connects us all, it says here. And they're playing some Moana music. It's beautiful. I mean, already I'm impressed. Here we're learning a little bit about rain born as drops of water high in the sky. I mean, it's good. I feel like we're going back to roots with what Epcot was meant to be when Walt Disney himself first thought of the idea of Epcot. Educational as well. It does say here to not drink the water, please. There's mists and stuff going on, I think. There's music here. Look at that. When you touch the water, it starts playing music. That is so fun. Same thing here, look at that. I mean, how fun! Playing music with water. It's clever they've got quite a few of these water musical instruments as well, so that if it's busy, obviously it's not too busy right now thankfully, but there's loads of different stations, so you don't have to wait too long hopefully, but we are continuing on our adventure. And now they're full on playing Moana music, which is great. Moana's a good film. It's not one of my favourites, but it is a good film, and they've really done an amazing job here. Look at that, it's very immersive. Obviously you can see the ball, but there's a lot going on. I've seen people waving. I mean, I have no idea what I'm doing. I mean, this is too much fun. There you go, so stand on here and wave to the stream in front of you. Bye! Woo! Oh my god, this is so fun. I feel like I'm somehow magic. I don't even know if you guys can tell on camera or not, but this is pretty cool. Oh my gosh, that was magical. Well, that was a lot of fun and a great addition to Epcot. Loads of families were having a great time there. I love that it's a walk-through ride / attraction. Obviously it's not a ride because it means that there's not much of a queue for it. Kids are going to love it, adults are going to enjoy it, and it was very pretty. Like, there was beautiful things in there to look at. I think you probably need about 10 minutes in there max, but I enjoyed it. I'm glad I got to experience it.
There we go.
That's right, everybody. We're on break. On break. Oh yeah, no more dusting. No sweeping. No way. Mopping. Not doing it. Windows.
No way.
None of that.
And especially.
And no more bathrooms. Yeah, baby. Let me tell you.
Well, we are in the World Showcase now, currently in Mexico, because we actually have a reservation at San Angel Inn. My mom loved Mexican food, so do I, and I haven't eaten here since 2015. My very first trip to Disney World is when my friends and I dined here inside the pavilion, so I thought I would give it another go. I also just met Molly and Alan from Mammoth Club, so I'm gonna put a little photo here. Molly is one of my favorite YouTubers and has been for the past few years. She's so great at what she does, and I did not expect to bump into her. She was just there. They were doing a little food review, the pair of them. They were so lovely. So Molly and Alan, in case you ever watch this, you're awesome. But yes, the Mexican pavilion is rather busy. In fact, the whole World Showcase area of Epcot is definitely the busiest and most popular part of the entire park. And there you go. This is inside the big building. There's loads of shopping. There's dining. At the end, there's also a ride, which we might do after dinner, we'll see. And there you go, San Angel Inn restaurant. Our reservation is coming up in about 5 minutes time. I cannot wait. I'm actually so excited for food. We haven't really eaten much food today, as it seems to be the case every time we come. So we have our table at San Angel Inn, Mexico City since 1963, it says here. And you can see some of the starters and appetizers here. They've got some signature drinks, the entrees, which is what we call the main course in the UK. Entree in French actually means starter, so it always confuses me when I come to the US and they say entree for main courses. But oh, it's tacos de ribeye. That sounds good. There's a lot going on. Enchiladas. Yeah, this is phenomenal. And like I said, it's been so long since I've eaten here. This is my second time, but my first time here was in 2015, so I don't really remember how the food was. I don't really remember much of the experience, so I'm looking forward to giving it a go. And the setting is just beautiful. The atmosphere being inside this area, it's so dark even though it's light outside. It just makes me want to go to Mexico even more. So our main courses arrived very quickly before our starters have even arrived, so that's not the best in terms of obviously the pacing of the service. However, because we're both very hungry, we decided to just allow what's the word I'm looking for, the entrees. The main course is to just stay. I went for the tacos, my mom's gone for the enchiladas. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for correcting it.
And
Well,
I'll
that's
take this.
good. Thank you. Thank you.
This is better to have
That's
first.
so much better. It makes a lot more sense. Thank you so much. Thank you. And we were looking forward to it. We didn't have.
I just
got our
switched the whole movie.
Yeah.
You're recording, I switched.
You did it. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you so much. So as you guys probably would have heard, the cast member, our first server, actually came and said that they'd given us the wrong order and apparently it was from somebody else, and they took it and they gave us the correct stuff now, which are the starters. We've got some chips. We've got some guacamole over there. There's a lot going on. There's some sauce here. We've got our drinks as well, finally. So yeah, we're excited to try it, everything and all the food in a normal way. With starters first, drinks first before the main courses arrive. So I'm glad that even though there was a mistake, they sorted it out very quickly.
A few minutes later.
So we're almost done with our starters, and I have to say the guacamole especially has been really nice. I've just poured some more into my plate to have with the chips here. There's some kind of cheese sauce, the queso sauce as well. That's also nice. The guac is pretty good here. Okay, so our main courses have arrived again for the second time, and there was a bit of a mistake again today as well, but even the second time round they went to the table next to us, and thankfully they knew that they were us, as they'd heard the mistake initially, and they said, I think it's for the people next door. So now it's back to our table. So there's been a couple of mistakes, but honestly it doesn't matter because the food is pretty good and we're happy. You hear it? Thank you. My mom's giving me some of her enchilada to try as well. I'm going to try the enchilada first, actually. I've gone for the taco. I can't remember if I said it or not. My mom went for the chicken enchilada. And our server said both of these are like the two most popular things to get here. The cheese is good. The chicken's good. It's a good enchilada. Is it phenomenal? Definitely not. So my tacos are like soft shell tacos. And we've got the beef here. The restaurant's quite dark as well, which makes it a little bit hard to eat, but oh, the cheese looks very, very nice here. I feel like the camera is a bit deceiving because you guys are seeing it quite bright, but in reality this restaurant is quite dark. It's a little bit like the Captain's Jack restaurant in Disneyland Paris. I think I prefer my dish to my mom's. The enchiladas were good, but the beef for the tacos, really good. So our bill has arrived, and I don't even know if you can see it or not. It's a little bit difficult to see, but the total came to, for 2 people, around $106, which is alright. I'll talk a little bit more about the restaurant in a bit, but the food was fine. It was mediocre, the service was also very mediocre. So whilst the setting is amazing, I don't know if it's one that I would highly recommend you visit. So yes, San Angel Inn. I remember actually the first time I was here with my friend Rebecca and a few of my other friends, we had not the best service either. I remember the food was fine then as well, but yeah, it's just a shame because I'd heard mixed reviews about this place, and I was hoping that coming back might change my mind. But now that I'm older, now that I understand this was a little bit better, and I've tried some more restaurants since my very first visit back in 2015, I can confirm that San Angel Inn is not a restaurant that I would recommend. It's not bad, don't get me wrong, and especially for the setting, it can be really nice and atmospheric. It's very unique, you know, you buy the ride, it's dark, it's very cool. This whole pavilion is just really nice, so being inside the building is awesome. The food is extremely mediocre, nothing was amazing. I mean, my food was probably the best thing, my main course. The tacos were really good, but yeah, it wasn't amazing. I've had much better Mexican food elsewhere. The service wasn't fantastic either. It wasn't bad, but it just wasn't amazing compared to some of the other restaurants that you can dine at in, you know, Epcot and World Showcase alone. I would definitely recommend the Japan one over this one, the Moroccan one. Where else have I eaten? Even Akershus, which is a princess dining in Norway, I think that's better than this one. Oh, hello! Cast members are fantastic, really friendly, really nice. It's just, I feel like because they got a couple of things wrong, and you know, it just wasn't phenomenal. It wasn't the best experience. However, we still enjoyed it. We still had a good time. And if you really want to eat here, you're not going to have a bad time. Just don't have very high expectations. Think of it as a kind of mediocre to good experience. The toilets are cool though. I enjoy the details here. Damas, women I presume. Anyway, with that being said, we are going to go on the Grand Fiesta tour because it's one of the few rides my mom can do. And thankfully it's only got like a 10-minute wait. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. There you go. It's basically practically a walk-on for us, thankfully. So can't wait. Can't wait to see Donald and have a Grand Fiesta tour around Mexico.
This way!
We just come into one of the shops here in the Mexico Pavilion because my mom wants to have a look. Mexico has been on my mom's list of places she wants to visit for a long, long time, and mine as well actually, so maybe one day we will be able to go. Maybe next year, let's see. But these ears are cool. Very nice. What's the price for them? Let's have a look. $34.99, guys. These are expensive ears. Ears are definitely more expensive in the US, I feel like, and in Disneyland Paris, and obviously a lot more expensive than in Tokyo Disney, which I was there last year. I like the theming inside this shop. Most of the shops are actually outside, like in like little booths around the Mexico Pavilion, but this one shop we thought we'd come into very quickly, and I think now we're going to have a look at some of these booths because these have actual like authentic things from Mexico. So if you love Mexican things, if you like the style, if you like the art, then you can find things like that here in the Mexican Pavilion. I think my mom just spotted something here. These are cute actually, look at them. Yeah, they're sweet, it's very colourful. my god, they've got churro ears in Mexico. That is so funny. It's $35 again, as the ears seem to be everywhere here. Rather expensive, but it's plastic. It actually feels like, it looks like churros with some chocolates on it as well. There's a little bow. It's just fun. I feel like it's just a little bit too heavy, perhaps, but very unique. Very unique. I like that. And then these are some other Mexico ears here in the pavilion. Well, we are slowly but surely leaving Mexico, the Mexico pavilion. Next stop is Norway, and I've already told my mum about school bread because I tried it for the first time on my last visit and absolutely loved it, even though I don't necessarily love coconut. I thought it was so good, and I immediately thought of my mum because she has a sweet tooth and I think she would like it, and she's excited about trying that. This behind me is where you can meet Anna and Elsa. I think their wait time is currently about 35 minutes, which isn't even too bad because it's around 5:30 p.m. Weather's getting a bit cooler, the sun is about to set as well. It's perfect. It's my favourite time to be in Epcot, especially on this side of it, the World Showcase, where it's beautiful. My mom's chosen to go inside Gods of the Vikings, which I'm not even sure if I've ever been inside yet, in the Norway Pavilion. Runic writings over here. It smells delicious already, being by the bakery over here, which is just around the corner. We're going to get something in a bit. But my mom was excited about seeing what's in here, so I'll take you in. Oh, this is cool. I've never been in here before. It's obviously not very big, but you can see some history about what it was like, I suppose, when the Vikings first came to Norway. The protector god, it says over here. It's almost like a little tiny exhibition to learn more about Norway and its history. It's cool.
Oh, what's this?
That looks really good actually, Mom. Thank you so much. So we bought quite a few things from the Kringla bakery. My mom is so excited. We decided to try one of the school breads together. We're going to half it. My mom already thinks she's going to love the school breads, so she said let's take a couple away to our room for later, maybe for tomorrow morning or something. And then here my mom decided to go for an apple cake, I think, with some caramel sauce. The cast members in the Norway Pavilion they're always phenomenal. They're some of my favourite cast members in Epcot, so shout out to them, especially Frederick, who served us. Frederick told my mom about this apple cake and how good it is, asked my mom how much caramel sauce she wanted, and Mom, I think we can finally eat. My mom is absolutely loving her apple cake, which I think it was called something like Epler cake in Norwegian. Was that what it was? Yeah, very similar to apple, very similar to what apple would be in German as well. The school bread is huge, by the way. I think it's something like $5 or $6, so not priced badly at all, and you can definitely share it. But let me take a bite. So good. It's so good. The little cream inside as well, custard, the actual bread, the texture of it. The coconut flavor is not very strong either, which I think is why I actually enjoy it. It just gives it a bit of a crunch, which is nice. Highly recommend this snack. Anyway, we have just left the bakery. Phenomenal food from the Kringla bakery. Highly would recommend getting, honestly, I think anything from there would probably be really nice. But look at the view from this side of the lake. I think really the beauty of Epcot is literally all about the World Showcase. The other side, even though I try my best to like it, I just never really feel content when I'm on the other side. I just don't quite like it. Whereas when I come on this side that I'm at now, it's just so beautiful with the lake, the scenery around it. It's stunning, and look at the sunsets happening right now in Florida. Florida sunsets are some of the most beautiful sunsets I've ever seen, and I'm so happy to be seeing one again. It's just a shame because my camera's not showing it quite as beautiful as it actually is, and the Eiffel Tower is all the way on the other side, which kind of shows you just how vast and big World Showcase is. We're into our second country right now. It starts with Mexico, then Norway. I think France and England are some of the last ones over there, so we have a long way to go. But yeah, it's stunning, really beautiful. Anyway, with that being said, we are now moving on to our next pavilion, which is China. And I haven't actually explored this pavilion too much. I feel like maybe apart from that first time I came here, they do have a restaurant here which I've eaten at once and it was actually fine. It wasn't bad, it wasn't good. It was very similar to the Mexican pavilion in terms of the quality, but it does look pretty stunning. It's just very clever the way they've done all the pavilions here in Epcot, especially as a first timer. I think it's really fun to explore it all and see it all. Every pavilion has a restaurant, some snacks. Not all pavilions have rides though. I think only a couple of the pavilions have rides. France has Ratatouille, of course, since a couple of years ago. Mexico has one. Norway has Frozen Ever After. China doesn't have a ride, but it has food options, it has merchandise options. They're all very fun to see. Anyway, it is now 6:30 p.m. The fireworks don't start until 9, I was hoping that we may be able to stay for them and kind of just go around and World Showcase, but today's just very cold. I mean, it's fine for me, but my mom, she's too cold. It's currently about 10-11 degrees Celsius, and because the sun's gone down, you really do feel it now. Even I've had to put my jacket fully up and stuff, and I low-key wish I had just another jacket another day. It would have been nice as well. So my mom said she's a bit too cold. She said if it's possible, she'd prefer to go to the hotel, and I'm going to go with her. I'm going to go with her because this trip is literally for my mum, so I want to make sure that she's as happy as possible. Maybe I'll come and watch the fireworks tomorrow night, because obviously they're new fireworks which I haven't seen before. Yeah, stay tuned, make sure to subscribe. For now, I'll probably next week to you when I'm in the hotel, but look, the ball looking pretty beautiful.